What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fresh Podcast. We're bringing everything fresh in entertainment. Nick, stop laughing. We are here doing the 2023 movies draft. I got my friends. We got the one, the only Jamar. How you doing, mate?
Good. What's up? What's up?
Good, good. We got everyone's favorite sports announcer, Caden. How you doing, Caden?
I'm all right, man. Just here living life 2024, I guess.
We made it. We somehow made it into here. I don't know either. And then we got the man that has seen 100 movies himself, Mr. Nick Break the Ninth. How you doing?
I saw 145 this year.
145. Wow.
I'm gonna kill you.
Almost,
Still me short.
almost made it to 150, just shy of 150. Almost. And then we got everyone's favorite. We got Mr. Big Mike himself. Mike, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be here.
All right, good to hear. Good to hear. All right, you guys can stop doing this. So yeah, like last year, this will be a draft style, except we have more people, and there's a prize at the end of this. I will explain to you guys the scoring at the end of everything, because if I explain it now, it'll be very easy on which ones to pick, and I want you guys just to pick your favorite movies and then to see who comes out on top. But with that all said, I'll start yammering and let Jamar pick. Jamar, you have the first pick of the 2023 movies draft. And if you could give a little brief explanation on why you picked the movie right after you pick it, but it doesn't have to be long. So,
All right.
what's your pick?
There's an overwhelming top two here.
Mm-hmm.
If I take one, the other one's getting taken off the board. But I consulted with my sources, and at the pick one, I'm gonna take the best summer movie that came out, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It's tough, tough choice, but I feel like I enjoyed that one more.
I saw it. Spider-Man. Everyone knows what I'm saying.
I think I saw it 5 times in theater. So
yeah, honestly, it was. If you weren't going to take it, Caden was going to take it. So I mean, that's justified. That's very justified. Yeah. All right.
Come on, Caden.
That was a quick one. All right, Caden.
I hate Nicholas Break. He's such a hater over there, shaking it.
It's not the best movie of the year. Like,
Shut up.
I know it's not, but it's my favorite.
Here, well, Jamar, here, give it like why in your opinions do you believe it deserves number one?
I mean, everyone in here loves Spider-Man, and it's probably the best Spider-Man movie ever that's come out, and it was one of the highest scores in Letterboxd ever. And I mean, everyone enjoyed it. Nick's just a hater. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Nick told me in the theater.
I do like it.
He told me his only gripe was that it ended. I mean, he loved it.
That's not the case.
Do you think do you think it compares to the first one, or do you think it's worse or better?
I mean, both of them. The first one was kind of slept on, because I remember when it first came out, no one really watched it. I remember it kind of got crapped on, but then since we've had 4 years to wait, it's got its flowers. But it's probably better than the first one.
It grew on Netflix is what got it popular.
Yeah, because it came out during Aquaman and Bumblebee, and it did not get its flowers when it first came out. It kind of flopped, but then streaming saved it.
Yeah, that's fair. It was kind of also there was a lot that came out this summer.
Yeah, it was a tough decision between that and obviously was about to go at pick 2. But movies that I enjoyed, soundtrack, everything, movie was solid. So I had to do it.
Oh, no, easily one of my. That soundtrack's amazing. All right, Caden.
Going into you.
So I'm going to go with, because I am a huge advocate of women and I support women, and I'm the biggest women supporter in this group chat, I would say. And I'm a huge Margot Robbie supporter. Okay. I love me some Kate McKinnon. All right. The movie was great. And it had the best marketing scheme of 2023.
All right, I already typed it out for you.
So I'm going to pick Barbie.
You didn't even really enjoy it. Stop that.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. Yeah, this Spider-Man and one other movie that probably get picked later are definitely the big ones of the year. This one, I think I've seen Barbie at least. I've seen it 3 times because I saw it by myself. I saw it with our friend Carly, and then I watched it recently because my sister hadn't seen it. She wanted to watch it. So
the thing about the movie is even if it was a bad movie, the marketing of the movie was going to push it upward towards 1 billion anyways, just because of that.
Yeah.
Then you got a bunch of haters on it who actually the haters made more people go see it. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
Ben
Like
Shapiro,
Ben Shapiro.
the weirdo. So you know,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of the top movies either way. But yep, I'm going with Barbie.
I think it's. I mean, it's like even outside, it is still a good movie. It is ironic that, in my opinion, it's one of the funniest movies of the year.
Yeah.
I think that movie's hilarious.
I mean, I don't, unless you want to go like, never mind.
You're about to spoil your future picks if you say anything. All right. Well, then it leads to little old me. I got the middle pick because everyone else wanted to go around me. And there is another obvious pick that like I could do that came out around if actually the exact same time as Barbie. But I really sat down and thought about it. It's like I like that movie, but I'm not gonna go with it because the movie that I think like really caught me by surprise and was the most like enjoyable time in the theater was actually Godzilla. Godzilla minus one I was not expecting that movie to be like as amazing and as well done as it is because I'm just typing out Godzilla. I don't feel like typing out everything. I'm lazy. I was not expecting that movie to be as like well done and like character driven as it was, especially since like I think in like the Americas with like the King of the Monster series and all that, Godzilla is almost kind of more of like a joke and more of like it's just a big thing that smashed things. But no, this was like the first time in a Godzilla movie where I cared about the humans and I didn't want him. And yeah, I like it was like an interesting like character piece, and it brought back to like, oh, Godzilla's a metaphor for nuclear weapons, and like what does it mean to live for oneself versus one nation? It was so surprising, like these themes in a Godzilla movie. I loved it. I was blown away by it.
It's the best American released Godzilla movie ever.
Yeah, and it wasn't originally supposed to be an American release.
Yeah,
it was just a
wasn't supposed
Japanese. No, it just did so well overseas that I was like, well, we'll put it in a few theaters for like a week or so, and it's still in theaters. Like, well, I don't know if to this day, but like,
So far was cooking.
it was no, it's been out in theaters for like months. It's been putting
Shout
out
out
numbers.
Shout out to Kong, the real one. Shout out Kong.
Oh God, no. I'll even say I like those movies, but like no, this is by far
They
like
did call the Infinity
No,
Gauntlet.
I'm just saying Kong won. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh,
King Kong B.
Kane, have I ever real side note? I'll let Mike stir on whatever his pick is. Kane, have you ever heard the theory that Godzilla versus Kong is just a better version of Batman versus Superman?
I think I have.
Because it's two people. One's clearly stronger than the other because one has like more powers, but they fight multiple times and they
gotta
have
make
interesting
Kong
back and
OP.
forth.
You gotta give him
Yeah.
that OP weapon.
And they had to give him Kong kryptonite, the axe.
Yeah.
But then they fight, but there is a clear winner in that one, and then they fought a bigger thing. And it's just a better version of Batman versus Superman, and that's it.
All I know is Kong saved the day. That's all
No,
I
he
know.
did not, bro. He got whooped twice.
He saved the day. That's
Bro,
all
he
I
got
know.
smoked.
He
on
got
that
around
boat.
him. He got
got
around him. He got a
whipped
round
on
him.
that boat.
Like it's Mike's turn.
All right, Michael.
It is Mike's turn. I'm sorry,
Kong
Mike.
will win this year. Don't worry.
Deliberation.
Give him Mike some time to think. Mike, what do you do?
Texas A&M, come on.
Yeah.
All right.
I should have had that
No,
sound
I'm
loaded up. I should have had it
I'm
ready.
gonna take Past Lives. Shocker, I know.
Yeah.
Why you picking that, Michael?
Well, for the people that don't know, Mike, why Past Lives? What is this small indie movie
This
that
was
we
a
know
movie-
nothing about?
This was a movie I had never heard of until Nick texted me about it one day in February, and I watched the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, this looks really, really good." And then when it actually came out in America, it still never came out here in Lexington for like another month, so I had to wait even longer. And whenever I did go see it, I was just blown away. It's that good. It's one of the best. Very rarely do I give 10 out of 10s. This is a 10.
Really?
I've only given 5 10 out of 10s ever, or 6. I think this is one of those 6. So
So
It ain't better than Crazy Rich Asians. That's all I know.
Oh, why you compare those two movies?
Wow.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about
I would
that?
say, what do those two movies have in common, Canon? Why would you compare those two?
stay with your chest, Caden.
Geography.
Geographies. Past Life, yeah, Past Life is great. I'll stop starting because Nick has two picks.
What is he
I
taking?
do. I have
Yeah,
two
what
picks.
is Nick cooking?
So a bit of a disclaimer. I'm in a weird spot because my two favorite movies of the year are gone. Caden chose Barbie. Mike chose Past Lives. So I get to have a little fun here.
Okay.
And I'm going strategy because the third and fourth favorite movies I have this year, none of you have seen, so I can just take them whenever I want. So I'm gonna go with a little strategy, and I'm going to draft.
The anticipate. Someone play the music, please.
Come on. Do, 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 do.
I'm going to take Asteroid City.
Ah,
I
Good
okay. So
pick. Yeah.
I watched this movie 4 times. I first watched it and I was criminally underwhelmed. I didn't think there was any purpose. There was no theme. There was no plot. And then I watched it a second time and I liked it a lot more. Oh gosh, here we go. I liked it a lot more, but I still
Yeah.
felt a little weird about it. And I watch it again, and every time I watch it, I like it more and more and more. And I start to really understand what Wes Anderson was going for, what his point of the movie is. You spelled asteroid wrong, Drew. But it is a really good movie.
Shit.
Yeah, it's great. I recommend it I think to me it's kind of about like loneliness and trying to find purpose and meaning in the world. And I think that's a really cool movie.
this man, Caden, bro.
He wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it because there's no CGI fight scene in it.
Well, there's a scene in Asteroid City where he's like, I don't, or Augie Steamek's like, I don't get it. I don't get the play.
But
That's
Caden, I don't know how you can
Caden
watch
right now.
the ending.
Caden watching Asteroid City. I don't get it.
When that Margot Robbie scene, I don't know how you can look at that and be like, dang, this movie sucked.
That's a brilliant scene, man. I love
This
that.
movie-
part
And it's
of the
in-
This
And
movie
in
had
black and
Scarlett
white.
Johansson to it. I was sold.
Black and white with no music, and Caden thought it was mid.
Yeah, well, whatever, man.
Well,
It was
Caden
so
didn't
good.
make it to that part. Don't you remember?
No.
He fell asleep. Don't you remember?
I've
He
seen
didn't
black
make
and
it.
white movies. Spider-Man
No,
No,
he
it's
didn't.
great.
No, he said this man said Spider-Man do well.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my pick 2. Is that good? We good?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I'm going out of strategy, and I'm drafting Christopher Nolan's flawed masterpiece of Oppenheimer.
How was that out of strategy? That should have been the first round.
Honestly,
Nick
yeah,
didn't
that-
enjoy it that much.
That's
So I see this is another one that got better on its rewatch. It's flawed. I think that Christopher Nolan writes women about as poorly as I drive a stick shift. He just can't do it. He can't write female characters. But
Anne Hathaway.
You telling me Anne Hathaway? Wow.
Oh my gosh, bro. The best female character he had is now a man.
yeah, that's very true. Ellen Page in Inception is the only
That's
good
the
female
best
character
female
he's
ring
ever
character
had.
he's ever had.
That's a very good point.
Bro, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
who played Murph in Interstellar? What's she doing now?
Murph, the
Yeah.
kid or the adult?
Yes, exactly.
Chastain played the adult
Oh
version.
my
She's
gosh.
obviously good, but her character stinks in that movie.
That is funny.
Um,
Who played?
Yeah, I think Oppenheimer is really good. It's kind of like it in one part it's this Strauss guy played by Robert Downey Jr. who is like just so full of himself and he's crazy and he's willing to just get rid of this guy just to protect his own ego. And in the other end, it's Oppenheimer obviously struggling with his regret and kind of self-hatred for what he did, and kind of rightfully so. He killed a lot of people in Mike's favorite country. But yeah, that's my second one.
Cambodia.
Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Cambodia.
We dropped a nuke on Cambodia. What?
Yeah, I watched Oppenheimer on Twitter just the way Chris Nolan wanted me to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably how Kate will watch it in a little
Yeah,
box
Ken will watch
No,
it on a TV
yeah.
box.
on 1, 2, 3
Oppenheimer-
movies.
Nick, do you think Oppenheimer would have been as big and as successful if it came out any other date than the same day as Barbie?
No,
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 I don't think so. Actually,
Yeah.
they
that's a
needed
really
that.
good question. I think that the whole Barbenheimer thing helped both movies.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was probably the most significant movie event of our lifetime, honestly.
It helped Oppenheimer more than Barbie. Barbie was always
Barbie
I
would have
think,
made
yeah.
money regardless.
Barbie's way easier
I-
like to
I
commercial
think
and to like
so. I think
Yeah.
Barbie would have been a $1 billion movie, but I think the whole Barbenheimer thing drew a small crowd, but a crowd for sure that wouldn't have seen Barbie. But I think Oppenheimer was more so helped.
Oppenheimer's big cases that had every single IMAX showing. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
Yeah.
So no,
And even-
no other
and
movie
even-
had it.
I do like the thing that like Christopher Nolan, like I'm gonna fix a few IMAX theaters so more people
Yeah,
can like
including
see
the
it.
one me and Jamar went to go
Yeah.
see it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw it in
See,
70.
the AC was gonna go out until we went and saw it.
We saw Oppenheimer in 70 print. That is a
Yeah.
big screen and a bunch of. That's a hot
I-
room.
I would say I saw it too, but I had to watch it like this, like all the way over there.
Oh,
like,
dude,
you know,
dude, I was like
this,
this,
'cause
dude, I was
everyone
like
else
I was like,
Yeah,
I
we
had to
saw that.
lean back to be like, dang, that is all of Florence Pugh right there, ain't it?
Well, her
so-
character is horribly written, but it's like I said, it's a flawed masterpiece.
That's-
It's
that's how
highly
she got-
flawed, but
she got
it's
two
very
redeeming
good.
qualities. Anyway, Mike's pick. Mike's pick. Yeah, what's up?
All right, I think I have a shocker here because I think Nick and Jamar think they know what I'm going to take here, but I'm not.
Take Air. Watch it.
I'm not going to take Air.
Hang on,
I'm
I got you,
going
Mike.
to take. Yes, you're right. No,
I'm gonna keep making this joke.
I am going to take because I don't know if it'll be here on the way back. I'm going to take Talk to Me.
Oh, son of a!
ah,
I was gonna take that later. Dang it! Good pick. That's a good pick. That's a very good pick.
okay.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I saw the previews for this in the theater, and I didn't really know what to think, but I mean, I like scary movies with original
Yeah.
ideas. So I was like, I'm gonna give this a chance, and it was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it didn't really scare me per se, but I thought it was pretty good for a horror movie.
Yeah.
But
Mike-
as
Yeah.
A24, I had high
Yeah.
expectations.
Mike's
Yeah.
2 for 2 A24 tonight, man. I appreciate.
Yeah, Mike. I didn't even realize. Yeah. In my opinion, I think Talk to Me is like probably the best horror movie that came out this
Boogeyman?
year.
It's the best horror movie since Hereditary.
What'd you say, Jamar?
The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman.
That movie is
I don't know.
horrible.
Maybe it might be. I don't know. Talk to Me is like it's a really good movie, and it's wild too to think that like the people that made this movie were originally like YouTubers. Like they were YouTubers that like just got big enough and like you want to make a horror movie, yeah, but like we're gonna do it correctly and like not stupid.
Unless
And
that
it-
movie has Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera, and Courtney Cox in it, I'm not hearing it.
Stop.
Spoiler: it's actually an original movie though, so it's already
Yeah.
better.
Fair enough.
It's not the
All right,
seventh
but yeah.
of its franchise or whatever.
But yeah, Mike, that was a really good pick, and that was
The twists were very
Yeah.
unexpected.
no, that's fair. Dang, well, I gotta mix up my strategy now.
Oh,
But that
good.
wasn't going to be my next pick. Because my next pick, I'm gonna keep the action movie train going, and I have two movies here that I could take. Both were really good, and both were like are part of like long-standing series, and I don't know. I might get it. I might get it on the way, the other one on the way back, but
Stay one of them.
I'll go with Mission Impossible.
Yes, yes.
Damn it.
Get that
All
shit
right,
off the
it's done.
board.
Yeah, I think I know that you guys are gonna go with the
Flop.
other one.
Blob. It
Flop.
made its money back.
It got a Golden
Flopped.
Globe nomination for cinematic
That shit
achievement at the box
flopped.
office.
Just because
Thank
the
you,
Oscars
Drew.
don't have action movie like categories does not mean it's a flop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drew.
Look,
Appreciate it.
I think there's another one that's definitely gonna get taken. I think this is like one of the best Mission Impossibles like in the series. I think it's great. It just had the unfortunate of it came out the exact same time that Barbie and Oppenheimer came out.
Yeah.
Came out a week after. So yeah, it didn't.
Any L Tom Cruise can get, I'm there for. So
Man, it's a
I
hit.
mean, look, it still made enough money. He's gonna there's gonna be another one. It's fine. So I don't know. I like the movie. I think it has a better, almost a very similar, but just better in every way car chase than Fast and Furious. Because Fast and Furious has a car chase through like the steps of Rome.
Isn't
but
it also
Mission,
Rome?
It's also
yeah, Mission Impossible has its car chase the exact same location, except it's just done way better because
Well,
it's a real
Drew,
freaking car.
Because it was also shot on location. It wasn't a green screen
Yeah.
CGI fest. It was
you're
actually.
not
I'm surprised,
fucking
I'm
past
surprised Fast and Furious
helicopters.
even had a car chase.
All right,
Take a
Hayden,
guess.
what is your second pick?
If you don't take it here, I know what you're getting on your third round pick.
Take a guess.
At both of them,
I'll
I'm
give
thinking
you
he's
one
going
guess.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think you're going John Wick 4. If not, you're going Scream.
I
Well-
think he's Creed 3.
Damn.
Unless
You all got
you
it
go
wrong.
Fast X like a real fan.
I am going the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Ah,
I love that movie.
no, it's a fun movie.
The Browser
It's-
original song is great.
Nick loves that movie.
He's trying to win the box office record.
Mike.
Actually,
Mike,
I'm
Mike, it has
not.
the plot
got
of
2
every Mario
billion
game
now.
ever.
But do I
What?
have the top 2 movies of box office? Yes, I do. But that's your fault. That's y'all's fault. I mean, I have a whole strategy for how I had this plan if somebody did something else. But since you guys didn't do that, I just went with what was next.
But don't talk
That's
about
what
box
you
office because
judge.
every time we bring up box office, you're like, oh, it's subjective.
I mean, do you want to bring up box office with Fast X?
No,
Do you want to?
Nah.
yeah, maybe in China.
Do you want to?
I mean, I like that. I like Super Mario. I don't think the Super
Oh, I
Mario
like
movie
it
is a
too. I'm
bad
just hating
pick.
on Caden because he's a box office stand. But
They
when-
must
I-
change the dialogue in the Chinese subtitles to make it actually like good dialogue for Fast X or something.
yeah, that just
I'm not even going. I'm not even going with box office. It just so happens that those were the top 2, and y'all left it to me. And I still have a pick coming up in 3 more picks, so I'm good.
I mean, fine. No, I mean, I like Mario. It was simple. It was fun, but like, I think that's kind of what you want from Mario. Like, I don't need him to be like.
Yeah, you don't need a
Solving
deep
the
plot, Nicholas. Don't need a deep plot,
I
Nicholas
don't
Brake.
want a deep plot. I just
Yes,
want
you
a
Mario
did.
coherent
Galaxy.
Did he
story.
not ask for a deep plot for Mario?
I wanted a plot.
There was a
It's
plot.
not
He's saving the
Solving
princess. That's the plot.
It was
He goes
stupid.
to save the princess.
it
Well,
was just
actually,
a
he's not even
stupid movie.
saving the princess. He's saving his brother in this one.
Mike, Nick wanted a game on Paper Mario.
Super Mario RPG.
That'd be wild.
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah. Yo, where's my Bowser's inside story? All
Where's
right,
my Mario MMO?
I'm mad that Thor didn't show up in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, where's my post credit? Actually, wait, there was a
There was one.
there was
Yeah.
a post credit scene. I was going to make that
There
joke.
was
There was
Yoshi.
one.
It was in the post credit scene.
Yoshi rocks.
Yoshi rocks.
spoiler.
Spoiler. Like Nicholas, go
Nah,
ahead. Nick knows this pick right here. Nicholas knows it.
All right, Jamar. What is it? What is it?
Motorhead.
Nick knows it. It is this
What?
movie. This movie, it just hit super different. Go and watch it as a stand as of the GOAT of basketball and a Nike fanatic. Air. Oh, that movie
Yeah.
is something special. It is.
That's a good-
They
yeah.
were cooking. Viola Davis, they were cooking in this movie. Caden
Yeah.
because he thinks it's Michael Jordan propaganda,
It is propaganda.
but it's a Nike advert.
It's
Yeah.
Nike propaganda.
I don't know if you guys
Michael
watched
Jordan's like,
LeBron's
yeah.
house party, but he mentioned that he was the GOAT in that movie twice.
But and
Himself.
it ends with the line that says Michael Jordan became the greatest player of all time. Come on, man.
Anyways, go ahead and pick next so I can pick my movie because I already know.
Caden going Super Mario Brothers has kind of changed what I want at this pick. I don't know if I should go something that was loved by everyone or just take off another good movie because there's 2 movies here I think all of us have seen that we are like, but I'm gonna kind of change my genre up a little bit and go. I doubt it'll be here. I will be going with Killers of the Flower Moon by Martin Scorsese.
The flop. Okay.
What? Oh my
gosh! Shut up! You don't know.
Money wise, it did.
How
flop.
this
I'm
this
excited to
movie
watch
will
it.
definitely. I don't.
Jamar,
This
you
movie's
talk
winning
about
an
it.
Oscar.
You talk about the movie, and then I'll tell you guys why it is not a flop.
Yeah.
Money
Jamar, why is
wise.
this your pick?
All right, I'll tell you why it's not. So when has one of these films, Caden, made $1 billion? It's all your best movies ever don't make $1 billion. And I went and watched it because it was a story I'd never heard before. And I just wanted to see his take on it and how it looks. And I mean, he was cooking for that whole 3 hours of it. I was just interested in this story. This how bad, sorry to say, about how bad humans are, how bad Americans are back in the
Yeah.
day. How it's not even at the end of the day a feel good. Just at the end of the day, it's like you want what's right in the world, and like eventually everything was right. But Caden obviously thinks it's a flop because it didn't make money. But
So
that's not the point of everything.
this is why the movie's not a flop, like systemically and objectively. The movie was purchased by Apple to just strictly be released on their streaming service until earlier in the year they decided they were going to roll it out in the theaters along with Paramount. The movie did not need to make this $180 million that it made to be financially successful, because when it releases on Apple and on VOD, it's the #1 movie in the world and it's making a lot of money, and then it's going to be released for free on Apple. This movie is going to make probably not only its money back, but it will be profitable. But Martin Scorsese doesn't care about being profitable because
He
Yeah.
doesn't need
he's still
money,
making it all
and
time.
it was beautiful. Like cinematography in my Letterboxd review, it was just beautiful.
I
And
wasn't even talking about the movie.
The Letterboxd crowd like agreed with me at the rating they gave. I think it's sitting at a 4.4. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I had
This
This is my first time branching out from what like I normally like in theaters. It's a good choice.
this
I'm actually
will
looking-
Killers will definitely be like it'll either win or it's definitely gonna be like one of those like nominated for an Oscar. But
I know
like
it's gonna get taken next, and it's kind of gonna pain me when it gets said, but I love that movie.
nah,
Well-
Killers. I'm surprised it made it to pick 3. It's a very good movie. It has like some of like the biggest like stars attached to it.
It's my next
I'm
pick, so well done.
He knows how to handle like these big names, man.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
actually
no.
excited to see it. I actually want to see it. I just haven't had the chance yet.
Good. It's a story that like it's one of those
Yeah.
things like I had some that I had never known about like happening prior, and then that was I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You
That
two
movie-
who saw in the theaters, it's exhausting, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
very
and like
Oh,
I
it's
put in my,
it's
I put in
like
my
a
review.
yeah.
Like, low key,
You go
it could have had a break in it, but I don't know when it would have been if you had it. But like it was
Yeah.
a lot.
Jamar, fun fact, and this isn't a spoiler because they don't really talk about it in the movie, but like this is the story that like formed the FBI. Like the FBI wasn't a thing before this, but after like this investigation and like doing it officially formed the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
Yep, which is the subtext in the subtitle of the novel or the biography. It's a
Yeah.
nonfiction piece, but
And then we
Yeah,
got
but-
Jay, Mr. Hoover, the racist. But anyways,
Oh, that,
uh,
that wouldn't have been on a movie draft 10 years ago.
Mike, did you see Killers of the Flower Moon?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm
Got to, man.
slacking.
Got to, man.
I know.
It's a good one.
Okay, come on, pick the
All right,
movie. and-
go ahead,
well,
Gabe. Your
since
turn.
Jamar didn't take it, I mean, I guess I will. I mean, these are 3 of my top 4 movies of the year that I have. So I will gladly take the movie that Nick says there is no character development for whatever reason. There's no character development from the first to the third, even though we can see it plain as day. Anyways,
talking
going
the
to
third
go with-
movie alone.
I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
You know, me and Kaden went and saw us together, and when you see movies with other people, it kind of helps. I did enjoy it, but I can actually see the flaws in Marvel movies, but like it did feel like James Gunn like wanted to make this movie. It wasn't like a postcard scene for
Yeah.
Avengers 5, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not.
This was one
not-
where it was
it's
like
not
this
bad.
one wasn't trying to like set up anything else. This was the conclusion for these characters. This was like the one story we were missing
Yeah.
from
was
like
for-
Endgame and all of them. Whereas like no, the Guardians are the one people that like they're the original cast that didn't get like I guess closure.
A lot
that makes sense.
of these Marvel projects lately have not been to set up other things really, and a lot of people are complaining about
Let me go
that.
next.
So I want to push back on that.
No,
A lot of
it's-
these-
nothing is like coherent because they'll release something super good like Guardians, and then something
That's
horrendous.
not what people are complaining about.
But
Though. They're like,
Secret
oh,
Invasion,
nothing.
it's too much bad and not enough good is what it is, Caden. Because
But no, I'm talking
good
about the
Marvel
people that
projects.
are like, that's not connecting right now. It's all individual stuff.
Not
When is it
really
going to connect?
supposed to.
Blah,
It's
blah,
it's
blah.
more of the fact that they're putting out a lot of stuff that sucks.
They were putting out a lot of stuff under a different leadership, but now the leadership has changed. So you know that the what do you mean? What do you say? It was the
I
other
mean,
Bob.
bro, we're about to
It was
get
the other
3
Bob.
shows this year.
It was the other Bob.
Bob
What'd
Eisner.
you say?
We're about to get our 3rd show this year.
What show? There was. What are you talking about?
Are you talking
What
about
if?
what if?
What if?
Do
We
we
got-
count that? Do we truly count what it?
It's a
That's like.
new year.
Hey, they
February.
Do
showed
we
they
count I
showed the
Am Groot?
They
Do
showed
we
the
count I
Loki
Am
tree.
Groot?
They showed the Loki tree. It's canon.
Do you count I Am Groot?
No, I'm not talking about it. What
Okay,
came out
then.
earlier this year. Did a show not come out earlier this year?
It's wonderful.
But I think
podcast.
I think what Kay had said, like there's like movies like let's say like even Ant-Man, which isn't even like probably the Ant-Man's not even the worst superhero movie that came out this year. But like it was such like a mess and didn't know where it was going. It was trying to like set up Kang and all that, which is another can of worms that I'm not gonna get into.
Bring back.
Versus Guardians, which is just like let's focus on the characters that's already been established. And like this Guardians 3 feels like for a while this has been like where they're gonna go with these characters and like how to finish. So I would agree.
Standalone. Miss Marvel standalone. All the TV shows standalone. Most of these movies are standalone. I mean, really, it was
we gotta go
Ant-Man.
next. We gotta go
Hey,
next.
garbage cans
We
can
Okay.
stand on their own.
we'll be on a rabbit hole if we go down the MCU. Go next.
Fair
Go,
enough,
come on,
fair
man.
What pick is this?
All
Is this pick 4?
This
No,
pick
it's
3 for you.
Pick 3.
Can you not share that? Yeah, can you not see this Excel file that I got?
I can see it. I don't know if Caden can. Caden, are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone. Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay. So for me, I have a couple action movies here. So I think like Jamar, I got to switch up genres. I got to kind of get more to the originally I was going to take Talk to Me in this category, but Mike took that. So I think I'm gonna take a movie that came out pretty recently. I'm gonna go with Iron Claw.
Hey,
Iron Claw was
I'm excited for that.
Iron Claw was really good. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, it is it's one of those where it's like it's even good even if you're not a fan of wrestling and you don't like really care at all about it. It's still like a good like character drama about this family and about like torture and like what it means to I guess like be masculine, quote unquote. I think Iron Claw is incredibly well. This is another one that like I hope that it'll get nominated or something for like either best actor or best whatever.
Is
It's
it
a
Zac
really
Efron's best performance? Is it?
I mean, yeah, but
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he's good as in that incredibly wicked, shockingly evil and vile. But yeah, this is his best performance for
Yeah,
sure.
I would because the three other roles that came up to me is like well, obviously High School Musical,
Baywatch.
17. I didn't even think of
17
Baywatch.
again.
I was gonna think of
17
17 again. And the horribly horrific the thing Nick just said. I don't remember the title where he's the serial killer. But no, this is his best. This is
Who was that?
This
Was that
is
Ted Bundy? Is that what he was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Dang.
Ted Bundy.
So
I
you
was
left
I
out-
was about to call him Dahmer, and I was like, I know it was wrong. He's not Dahmer. He's Bundy.
You left out The Greatest Showman. What a great movie!
That's not a good
The
Oh,
movie.
Greatest
yeah.
Show
It
Mid.
is a great movie.
Can progress.
The
That movie,
Greatest
it had-
Show Mid.
Yeah,
That's a good pick, though, Drew. It's a good movie.
Yeah, Iron Claw is really good. If you guys haven't seen it yet,
I haven't got it.
highly recommend
I didn't never got a chance to see it yet.
Yeah, it's still in theater, so like you guys should in the future. All right, Big Mike.
Michael,
All right.
start branching out here.
Yeah. Give me a second. I
You've been doing-
think Nick thinks I have a fairly easy pick here, but I don't. I don't know what I want to take.
I'm not going to take whatever you don't take.
I have
can
a
promise
feeling
you.
I know
Nick,
Mike
do it
is.
because I even thought about taking one away from Mike, but I'm like this. It was gonna be mean if I did that.
Just give me Suzume. I'll take it now.
Okay, yeah.
About
Yeah.
time.
Did you say Kazumi?
It's the best anime movie of the year.
I think
which
it's
is
a
hot
Z.
take.
It's a Z, right? SUZ.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it? Oh, is it Z? Oh,
SUZ
sorry.
U-Z.
And then
Uh,
you
Why?
You didn't say Kazumi? Oh, okay.
put a U there too, Drew. After
Put
the
U
Z.
after the Z. Yeah.
Zooming. Okay, yeah, Mike, talk about this movie. Sorry, I don't know why you guys were waiting for me to fix the spelling before you could talk.
This
You're
this
just
was my
watching me
most
misspell.
this was my most anticipated movie of the year,
Mhm.
coming out of last year. Um,
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
it's
Did it live up to the expectations?
Wasn't
Or?
it the direct? Wasn't his return to movies?
okay.
That was more Miyazaki. This film was by his.
Turn off the Bluetooth on the computer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Ah,
not great with technology. There you go.
There you go.
Jamar, this person, but before we keep going, Suzume was made by his favorite movie, Your Name. It was the same filmmaker as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he hadn't made
So
a movie in forever, right?
Yeah, it was like 4 years.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
So this is-
Miyazaki his was like his
Yeah,
really
Mike was talking to me earlier in like January about like how he was excited for like.
Yeah, this was my most anticipated movie of the year. It wasn't quite as good as I hoped, but I still thought I still enjoyed it. I mean, it's my third best of the year. Um, I think it doesn't live up to Your Name, but it's still pretty solid.
Yeah. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
high bar to like reach though, too.
Mhm.
Like Your Name is considered by a lot of people of just like their anime movie. Like they love that.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Would you say that's
I
your
could see
favorite filmmaker, Mike?
No.
No. Who would that be? I don't even know.
Who is my favorite director?
Yeah.
The Russo brothers.
Anybody's
Oh, I don't
rational
know.
answer.
yeah.
I'm actually not sure.
James Gunn.
One.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's my
All
turn.
right. Yep, it's Nick again.
And I'm clearly gonna go with the obvious answer of Shazam. No, I'm
Oh no,
Um,
he said it. He said
no,
it. He gets
no.
it. No, I'm joking.
I'm choosing The Holdovers by Alexander Payne. This is I mean you guys need to watch this movie. It is so good. I like Alexander Payne's movies, but this is probably my favorite ones for a while. I mean, it's cozy and it's relaxing, but it's also like not like when Alexander Payne had heard a lot of people call it that, he really rejected that idea because it's very sad and emotional as well. But there's just something you can't help but feel good about it. It's got a brilliant, just like the Iron Claw does, Drew. This movie really does have a brilliant way of just diving into the period that it takes place in, which is the 70s. Like it doesn't seem as if it's a film made today taking place then as much as it was me going to watch a remastered old movie. Paul Giamatti is great. Divine Joy Randolph is great. Yeah, I mean, you guys need to go see this or watch
Yeah,
it.
this was
no.
this was one of the ones where it was like I even remember like seeing the trailers. I was like, is this like an older movie that's like in like restored? And it's like, oh no, this is a new movie that I'm just like that it and it looked great and it kind of like snuck by me because I don't remember. Nick, do you remember when it came out? Because I feel like there was something else that was coming out
It
around
came
the
out in
same time.
November.
Okay.
It came
I feel
out,
like,
I was muted.
around. It kind of got a weird Regal release, which I know is where
Yeah.
you consume your movies.
Remember when Killers of the Flower Moon came out?
Oh,
It
that's
came
why.
out around that
'Cause,
time.
oh yeah, because because Killers came out and also Thanksgiving came
Yeah.
out
Well,
at the
it came
same
out.
time, so
Hunger
that's
Games
what
is
took
coming
up.
out right
It
after.
came out the same weekend as the Marvels, so it didn't get a lot of screens at Regal. And then the next
Yeah.
weekend was Hunger Games and Thanksgiving, so it kind of didn't get
Yeah.
a whole lot of attention. But it will
Was slept on.
be nominated for Best Picture. It won't win. It won't win any Oscars, but this year, I mean, how competitive that field is, being nominated is not really a small feat or anything.
Yeah.
But my next movie is Poor Things.
Bro, Jay, we're taking the recents.
This is Yorgo Lanthimos movie. Emma Stone at her best. This is probably Mark Ruffalo's, I think, his best performance. Probably since Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of my favorite movies.
Shut up.
Willem Dafoe is great in this movie. It's just it's funny. It's it's a really good, just like Barbie. It is a good movie to actually That would be a great double feature. And everyone's talking about Barbenheimer. Barbie Poor Things is a good double feature.
Barbie. Correct me if I'm wrong. This seems like this is the same person that did The Lobster, right, Nick?
Yes, correct. And The Favorite
Yeah.
as well. Really
Yeah.
weird filmmaker, but this movie is funny. It's a very Frankenstein-esque. This character. So Emma Stone. This isn't a spoiler, but this is a woman who killed herself. She jumped into a lake or something, or a river off a bridge, and she died. And Willem Dafoe's like this Dr. Frankenstein kind of person and fixed her up. She was pregnant. He put the baby who she was pregnant with's brain in her body. So it was a baby's brain in an adult woman's body. And it is just really, really
going on?
interesting. And I really highly recommend it. I doubt it. You guys none of you have seen it, have you?
I have not. I was planning on seeing it probably like whenever it came to like whatever like streaming service.
It would be
Um,
Hulu. It would be Hulu probably in the
Yeah.
next couple months before the Oscars because it'll be like I said, it'll be nominated for Best Picture as well.
No, I'll see it. It's a very like this is one of the type of movies where it's like I know it's good. I probably can't recommend it to I already know it's like I probably can't recommend this to everyone because
Yeah,
it's just like the way that this director is. But it's like it looks like this will be a good like think
Yeah.
piece. Plus, also
It
just
is.
like the names attached to it is like makes it stand out. Honestly, but it could be if this movie could be about anything, but with those names, I'm like, all right, I have to at least give it a shot.
Yeah, you should for sure. Watch it before the Oscars because I think Emma Stone has a real shot of winning. She'll be up against Killers of the Flower Moon, Lily Gladstone. I think that's probably the
Ooh.
race right now, and that's gonna be a tight one.
Robbie.
Not
Margot
Greta
Robbie
Lee.
might not be nominated. You're
Not
hearing
Greta
it from me. Greta Lee will be nominated for Past Lives. I don't know if Margot Robbie is going to get in, which is crazy. That's just how good of a year it's been.
Hey, Michael.
Let's see, that'd be wild. All right,
Hey,
Mr. Michael.
I got another surprise that I don't know if anybody was going to pick because the only person I think in this thing that has seen this besides me is Nick. I'm going to take Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you watched
Oh,
this.
Definitely didn't have this.
I
one
thought I
on.
had this, man. I was going to draft this last.
I think
Okay.
this is his favorite movie of the year. I haven't seen it though.
I mean, it's pretty well known. I like foreign movies. This was really, really good. It's a good thriller. I didn't have
There it is.
any idea what it was until I saw it on 123 Movies. And I was like, that's and I liked it a lot.
I can't believe you saw that.
I
You didn't tell me
know
you watched it.
I
The
didn't know
sleeper
you'd seen
pick.
this now.
Oh, dude,
thanks,
I
Mike
loved
with
it.
the sleeper pick.
Mike, really quick. Did she kill her husband, you think? This isn't a spoiler because you never find out.
I don't think so.
I think she
Do
did.
you?
And that's what's great about the movie.
I've
You
only seen
don't
it
know.
once. I need to rewatch.
You don't know. You are a juror on this trial, essentially, watching this movie. And I think she did.
I'm gonna rewatch it because I need.
Mhm.
I saw
Wait,
it
okay,
was
so
a
wait, pitch the premise to me again, because I have not. I thought I at least like had at least heard of what you guys are picking. I don't know what this is.
Nick,
So
you
like,
can.
what? Yeah.
So it's a movie. It's two writers essentially living with each other. They've got a kid who's blind. He dies. He falls from the top of their house, and their son finds him. Well, I guess he doesn't see him. He finds him, and then from there, it's a courtroom drama. And I love courtroom dramas. It's all in French. French courtroom, French justice procedure is really fascinating, and you get to see that in this movie. But it's just essentially a defense of her, of a charge for murder, basically, of her husband, and it's really cool.
I just realized I didn't actually type it.
Yeah.
Also, Nick, the main actress from this is in the Zone of Interest.
Yes, Sandra Huller. Yeah, it's crazy because those two movies were the two lead competitors at Cannes Film Festival. So she had a good year this year.
Yeah.
Yep. Which I'd seen
Wow.
as Zone of Interest. It's not out yet in Nashville, only in New York and LA. But yeah, that'll be good to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check that out. This is like one of the only because everyone so far, even like holdovers and Susu, I at least like I had heard of them or at least
Mhm.
like had them right. This one I was like, I gotta Google this real quick to put on. What the heck? I'll check it out. Dang. All right. And then I just realized it's back to me. Okay, I have to pick one now. Okay. I will go. Well, shoot. A lot of mine have been picked because I was. Probably can get that one at the end. I feel like I'm taking a lot of action movies here, but I'm just gonna pick it anyway because Hayden will probably pick it later. I'm gonna go with John Wick Chapter 4. Really solid entry, solid, kind of possibly conclusion to this story. And just like I don't know, there hasn't really been a bad John Wick movie yet. Like even if like I don't know if I'd say it's like my favorite amongst like all of them, it's still like some of the best action that is put on the screen. It's action with thought. It's not just like CGI cars smacking into each other
Beautiful.
so that they can make a profit. Yeah, there's so many like memorable shots. I love like the
color in that movie is crazy.
oh my gosh, Jamar, that like top down shot where he has like the fire
The
shotgun
fire
and
shotgun.
it looks like Hotline Miami, like the video game.
My favorite,
That
my
was
favorite is that when they're fighting like at the Continental in like Japan.
Mm.
I was gonna pick that if it came around to me, but I had to
I
go.
was gonna pick that next, actually. That
I
was
was
gonna
gonna-
be-
I had
I
a
was gonna
feeling I
pick
was
it.
like, I'm not gonna get this last.
I was gonna
I-
pick it there for Killers of the Flower Moon, but then I wouldn't. It wouldn't have gotten Killers of the Flower Moon wouldn't have came back to me.
No, if you didn't pick Killers, I was about to. But you did. And that was the one I almost picked other than Mission Impossible, but I kind of I don't know. I'm a big spy movie fan, so I think that's why Mission Impossible stuck it up. But no, John, these two, I don't know how I did this, but I somehow, at least in my opinion, have two of like the best, just solid like live action movies of Mission Impossible and John Wick. Obviously, that's not
Oh, and
counting Spider
Godzilla.
Man.
You probably have the three best.
Actually,
action-
Godzilla, yeah, so,
Yeah, those are
I
probably the
just
three
got the
best of
action
the
genre.
year.
I
Iron
like
Claw,
big
man.
explosions and gunshots. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, last year when we did this, I had all the horror movies, so now I have all the action movies. I don't know.
You had Barbarian, you had Smile, you had the Menu.
X, I
You
had-
had
I
had
had
X,
Smile
too?
last
yeah.
year.
No, yeah, Mike had Smile. I had
Oh, you had
Barbarian. I
Smile.
had the Menu. I had
That was my
Pearl. I
last
had X.
pick.
I had a lot of them.
Yeah, it was a good
But,
draft
like,
last year too.
2022 was the year of horror, and this I guess is the year of action movies.
Just the
So
year of everything else, honestly.
yeah, no, 2022 is a
Oh.
really good year. So
Yeah.
so Caden, now that you don't got John Wick, what do you have?
Damn it, Drew. You really screwed me here, bud.
Exactly, that's the point.
Okay. Let's see here. Now, there's a few different ways that I can go. I don't think y'all will pick that one. I think Jamar might be the only one to pick this one.
I have no theme to this.
So I'm going to go a little different. Well, actually, Nick said a movie. He said that movie that Mike picks the best animated movie of the year. I feel like Jamar has the best animated of the year. So I'm going to go with the second best animated movie of the year, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
That's a good pick.
Where did Nicholas just go?
It was such a great pick. We lost Nick.
Yeah, Nick folded after that. Nick was like, "Dang, he got him." I'm not gonna talk about the whole title. Nick's a hater of TMNT. No, that is
Oh, hi.
this was one of, if not like the best like Ninja Turtles movies that's like ever been made. And I have been a Ninja Turtles fan since like I was born. This movie's phenomenal.
When I saw the trailer, like the very first time, like the first trailer last year, 2022, I guess, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good movie. This is gonna be good. And the animation was great. I don't trip about animation like you all do, but like if I see something that's great, I'm gonna say that is great. It was just a fun story. Superfly was crazy. I like it was just a fun. It was different.
They played what is it? The Bruno Mars song that was got a fire. And then No
It's
Diggity.
like
and No
yeah,
Diggity.
it is
Ooh.
Oh,
it is
I love that
different.
song.
And it's not a regular Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. Like it's different. It's a different take on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
other ones are super dark and gritty. For like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
reason.
This one, I love it so much, and like
Like-
this one's so like was definitely like because of the success of like Spider-Verse and like how big like kind of 3D animation has gone because of that movie. That's how this movie exists right now, and I'm happy about it. And I'm not like that's not saying like oh it's copying it or whatever. I'm just saying like because Spider-Verse became successful, it's now like we can see more like animation in this kind of like cell shade 3D style, and I think it works so well for Ninja Turtles.
and the characters are just they flow well
Oh, yeah.
together. They're not
Oh, yeah,
like the whole improv shit that they all do together is just fun. So yeah, so because you chose John Wick, I pivoted. So
no, it was a good pivot. It was a good pivot because this is one of the first like Ninja Turtle movies where they feel like teenage turtles, and they're not just like in their mid-20s, but just say they're teenagers. No, that's a solid pick. I like that one. I respect that pick. All right, Jamar.
All right, I've had to pivot because
I think we've all had.
I'm playing the game of I need to pick this because I know two others in here also really like this movie. And it's a movie I just recently watched. And I'm going to grab it at pick 4. It is Theater Camp. That movie, man, it just the little theater kid in me was just it was
you
happy.
should be banned from picking that movie. You don't know. You didn't do theater.
Nick,
Okay,
why
you don't know.
Nick,
You
why is
didn't
he
do-
lying?
You didn't do theater.
We were
Yes, I
art
did.
kids, Caden.
I did do theater, and I did
I have
sing,
seen
and
I
I
have
did
seen Jamar do like stage performance, like
Yes.
Show
he's
choir.
showed me
He did
videos.
show
no,
choir.
okay, and I also was a rose curtain player. Like I also did theater. I did all of it.
Whatever.
I did all of it.
Our theater
Reasoning-
program would smoke Paul Lawrence Dunbars.
Where?
That's cap.
Dude,
Right.
we had the best in the Southeast.
Bro, no
Dude,
one else
Dunbar
had
is
a
the-
black box. We had the only
Dunbar was
black
the
box.
school to be picked out of Kentucky to do Frozen. Each state got one school that got to do Frozen, and my school got to do it this year. So
Well,
Shut
we
up.
had Southeastern
gonna-
Theater
I was-
Conference champs.
I was gonna say something about the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Theater, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because it's recording.
Oh, sorry. Kate said it got picked to do it. Kate said it got picked to do it this year. I didn't know we were in high school this year.
Mike, I know what you're about to say.
All right, but listen, everyone needs a reason. I picked it because Nick had been wanting me to watch this movie so many times, so I sat down and actually watched it. And like, I don't know, I just felt with it. Like those random summer days or those random super long rehearsals that you had to do. So I'm like, I feel for these kids. And
You
what
didn't
they're
watch it in 2023, so it shouldn't count. But whatever. Go ahead.
I did watch it in
Choose your
2023.
next.
Ed, what are you talking
Yes, I
about?
did.
You watched it like
This movie
yesterday.
came out in like September, I thought.
Caden,
Jamar didn't see it until like 2 days ago.
No, I did not. Caden, I literally watched it
We have
Literally
letterboxes.
watched it.
September 22nd.
Whatever.
Anyway,
But,
He
yeah,
literally
I'm saying
watched
it doesn't matter when you
23rd.
watched it, it's when the
I
movie
know.
came out.
I'm just trolling.
Yeah,
That was
he-
going to be my last pick.
He's angry.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I had to
why.
pick because I
Okay,
know
that's
Kate
why.
and Nick both like it, but I had to get that one. Sorry.
All right, Jamar. You get one more. Well,
All
I mean, okay, you get more than one, but like you get to pick again.
Yeah, I'm pivoting, but I'm going to go with another. There's 2 movies here, but I'm gonna go with this one because I don't know if you would count this as a blockbuster. It's just the name that is attached to the movie. Try to get Nicholas to watch this movie well before he watched it, but I enjoyed it and it had hate coming towards it. I'm picking Elemental because I actually enjoyed that movie. And like it was like when I first sat down and watched the trailers, I was like, it's just gonna be another little
That's about that right.
cute Disney film. But I mean, it had themes of racism, classism, and everything going for it, and it had so much hate towards it. And I was so happy that it finally like
It just took off. It took off from the.
it took off
Yeah.
and got its flowers. So I was like, I remember people were saying it's the worst Disney animated movie ever, and I was like, no, it's not.
No, that
And-
was later this year. That was what was this called? Wish. That was that.
I haven't
No,
seen
but-
that
but-
yet.
I haven't
so
seen.
much,
I know
so
it's
much
on
was
that
going
fucking
wrong with
movie.
this movie. They said like it won't outgross its budget. All this, it's not going to be in theaters for long. And I thought it was beautiful. It was greatly made. It was awesome.
No, I think the only reason that like this didn't probably make like the money it needed to is just because it went to Disney Plus so fast, and people are just like
I think it came
so
out
used to
in,
watching every.
I think it came out in
Hmm.
June as well. So
Yeah,
like it had no chance to do anything. Yeah, it came out in June.
It came out the same day as The Flash too, so it was a really weird. And then
oh, this was so
It
much
came
better
out
than
a
the Flash.
week.
I haven't even seen this movie. This movie's better than
Came
the
out like
Flash.
a
I'll tell
week
you that.
after Spider-Man too. So like they
All right,
didn't.
well,
Yeah,
okay
who's
with
picking
that.
that? That'd be
He's picking the Flash. I'm kicking whoever picks the Flash. I'm just gonna kick out the call. I don't even care. I hate that movie.
I already know there's a movie on here that I'm looking at that Nick will probably pick later that I have ranked my lowest ranking movie of 2023.
no,
But
I'm not gonna draft the killer.
that's not my lowest ranking.
I'm sure what it is because you haven't seen my last couple of movies.
Um, you'll probably pick somebody's probably gonna pick it because you all enjoyed it a lot more than I did.
What
I thought
is
it was
it?
good, but I didn't think it was anything that great.
Now I want to know what it is.
Still say I'm curious.
We'll
What
come
is
back
it?
to it later then. But for my pick, I'm going to switch. I got a lot of action on here besides Barbie. And so I'm going to also pick another sentimental movie that I really, 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 really enjoyed this year. Not only because I got to see a lot of this person that I'd probably never see in my lifetime ever again, but because it was actually a genuinely funny and great movie. So I'm going to go with No Hard Feelings.
I had that on my list, but I was like, I think I can wait. I honestly did not think you enjoyed it that much.
I loved it. I saw it the
Going
same day I
through-
saw
going through-
Joyride, I think. I think I saw that in
What?
Joyride on the same
Oh
day.
shit!
Hey, No Hard Feelings and Asteroid City came out in the same day. That was my Barbenheimer this year.
Who's your Bob?
I honestly did not. I'm not shocked Caden took it. I just did not think he liked it that much, minus the nudity.
I thought she was funny. Like I didn't think Jennifer Lawrence could be funny, but she was actually funny in the movie, so it worked for me.
You gotta watch Silver Linings Playbook. Then she's great.
That's one of those movies I didn't even know how to review it when I watched it because I'm like, it was my first comedy movie to review, so I had no clue how to play it.
And maybe I just like MILFs. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's a solid pick, I guess.
That is a clip. The face me and Mike just made at the same time.
Oh, let's not get on Mike. Don't do that.
Okay, so Mike. All right, perfect. All right, so it is my turn. I have my pick number 3. I immediately forgot what I was going to pick. What was I going to do? Okay, I have a couple, but I think a couple of my 2 I don't have to pick, and honestly, probably I could save this one for later too. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I'm gonna go with Fair Play. This movie definitely like it wasn't as big as it really should have been because I think it kind of came out during like the writer strike or whatever. But this is like probably one of like the best like well acted like dramas that doesn't like involve like a super big cast like Killers or one of the others. But this is Fair Play is still like phenomenal. It is. I think it got really straight to Netflix. I don't know if it ever got a theatrical release.
I saw it in theaters.
It did get okay. It did go to
They're only
theaters.
very limited theaters. Like
Yeah, because I didn't know about. Heck, I didn't even know this movie existed until like one of my coworkers was like, "You need to watch this movie," and I was like, "What is it called?" Fair Play. And I like took me even a minute to find it on Netflix, but like, it's a very like underrated movie. I think like if you guys haven't seen it, and you want like kind of in the mood for a bit more of like a sexual drama, it's really good. I mean, it's not even really about sexual. It's about like the working class and like men and women's role in a relationship. Anyway, yeah, Fair Play is really good. You guys should watch it. And that is my number 5 pick. It's starting to run out of things. So, Big Mike, we're back to you now.
Okay. Nick texted me and said I was cooking. I don't know if I'm gonna be cooking from now on. I don't have that many good movies left.
Hey,
I'm gonna take. I have one that I know nobody else is gonna take, so if I'm really desperation, I'm gonna save that for my number 7. I'm gonna take. Creed 3.
You.
Interesting. Caden's face.
I've missed on every action
Creed
movie.
2's. Am I stupid?
Yes.
I missed on every single
Yes,
action.
you are stupid. It's definitely
Yes, I have.
yes to both.
Yeah, okay, it is 2. It
Caden,
is
was
2's.
that
I
to
don't,
me,
yeah,
Caden?
it is.
Yeah, it's to you, Michael.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to him. Don't apologize to him at all. He does not deserve that.
It's okay. I'll take my other 2.
But yeah, Mike, why Creed 3, or just to solely spite Caden?
No, I mean I figured this was probably going to get taken off the board if I didn't take it now or in the
Yeah,
next
not even
round.
just like Caden. I wanted that too.
Yeah, I know Jamal wanted it too.
I'm
I mean,
also-
I like
yeah.
the Creed. I like the Creed movies. I like the Rocky movies. They're
It's way
well, the
better
first-
than 2. Way better than 2.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's fair. Yeah.
Way better than
It's,
2.
it's way better, Jamar.
Way better.
Yes,
the movie's
2
not
is the
good.
worst.
Yeah.
it's better than 2.
It's better
It's
than
worse than the
way-
Creed. It's worse than the Creed franchise. Let's,
Way better.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying only
all
Creed.
all four of the entrances in Creed 2 just boost it up.
Yeah, but that's only like, that's like what?
And we
How
get-
much of the movie?
we
Like
get
10
Ivan
minutes of the
Drago.
movie
We get
tops?
Ivan and Victor Drago. It's better than 2, but not way better. But yes. All right, go ahead, Michael.
I mean,
No, that-
I like the Creed movies. They're good. I mean, this surprisingly was. I mean, well, it's not surprisingly, but for Michael B. Jordan's first directorial movie, I mean, first movie he directed, it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be able. I mean, because he's a good actor, but I wasn't expecting high things because he'd never directed anything before. But I was pretty impressed.
Mike, is the reason that you picked it because he specifically referenced that that anime and or things like that inspired this movie?
No,
Okay.
I had actually totally forgot about that.
There you go. I just thought I literally just remember as I was like looking this thing up. All right, but now solid movie, solid pick. All right, Mr.
Okay.
Nick Brake, Mr.
Um,
9 on his 5th pick.
My next pick is Blackberry. This movie is the lowest box office movie probably on this list. It only made $2 million. So I guess if you're supposed to judge movies on how much money they make, this movie is quite horrible in Caden's eyes. But it's very good. Glenn Howerton is great in this movie. You may know him from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I know him as being great in this movie too. I really hate this little phase that we're on in movies right now where we've got so many different biopics on how certain products came to be. Flaming Hot was really bad. I hated Tetris. You could probably list off 10 more movies like that have come out in the last couple of years. Blackberry is very much so an exception to that because of how just riveting it is. It's actually really funny. Kind of intense too, but it's also really cool because everybody knows the BlackBerry, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that thing. How did we live like that? But it's a really funny, really good movie. It was turned into a mini series by AMC. So if you want to watch it, I think
interesting.
you have to watch it in 3 episodes now, which is really weird. I've never seen that happen. But I really recommend it. It's super underrated.
Interesting. Yeah, that's another one where I'm like, did not know about this one, but I'll have to probably check it out. And
It's
so,
really
but it is like the phone BlackBerry.
Yeah, it's just really about the origin of a cell phone and how they created it, but it's more so their rise and their obvious fall once the iPhone came out, and
There you go.
how once that happened they were just totally done. It's really good.
Interesting.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
And I hate product biopics. I hate them so much, but this movie's really good.
You say that Air is also on this list.
Oh yeah, well I like Air too, but it's better than Air,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Mm.
As much as I do like Air. My next pick, man, I have three movies I want to do, and I'm gonna have to just choose two. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go May, December. Um, that's on Netflix. It's Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore. So this movie is about an actress who is studying to play a woman, and the woman is, a former tabloid star because she had a sexual affair with a 13-year-old, and she ends up marrying the kid. And later on in life, the guy's about 35, so they're older. And that's when Natalie Portman, who's this star playing her, comes to visit and just studies her. Really fascinating movie. It's hard to really describe why I like it so much, other than it's just so uncomfortable. Um, really, really effective use of shots in mirrors. I've never even really thought of that. And how you can use mirrors in cinematography to make it so effective, but they do such a really cool job with that. But
That's
I
one of
really
the
like it.
mirrors are one of the hardest things to not only shoot around but shoot with
Yep.
for obvious reasons. Because obviously it reflects the camera, but also because
Yeah.
it shoots light back at you.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
Alfonso Cuarón had the greatest movie transition of all time with a mirror in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of
I
Azkaban.
mean, the best Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, by far.
It really is, dude. We could talk about that all day. I love that movie. Great
I-
filmmaking.
I'll side with that. Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban is probably the best. I agree with that.
Yeah,
All
May
right.
December.
Well, we got pick number 6 back at, and it's back to Mike. Mike,
Okay.
big decisions here. We're getting to the end.
Okay. I just realized I went to look at I just quick thing. I noticed this on Nick's list. On Nick's list of movies of the year, he has it as Godzilla -0.
Do I
But
really? Not -1?
yeah.
I
I
need
didn't
to
even
fix
know.
that.
Um um
No, I
but
do.
Disrespectful,
this
Nick.
this wasn't a movie. I don't know. This wasn't a movie I really would normally put on here, but since it's the last one of the franchise and it's my favorite movie franchise ever, I have to put it. And I know Caden's gonna say flop. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Mm,
I gotta take it.
Made its money back. Somehow it's a flop. Drew was the D.
Indiana Jones.
son of a
Indiana
bitch. I was gonna go back and fix it.
It's the Bornberry. Indiana's John.
Yes, John. Yeah,
That's
Mike, just talk
the
about this
corner.
movie. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Type.
Mike, talk about a big swing. This movie makes a really big decision at the end of it, and I think it pays off for me. It worked for me.
It worked for me too. I was satisfied. I'm not going to spoil, but I was very satisfied with the ending. I mean, like I said, Indiana Jones, my favorite movie series of all time. I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is the greatest movie of all time. So,
I'll stand by that.
it does take a pretty big swing. I didn't really know where it was going for a good portion of the movie, but
Mhm.
I mean, Mads Mikkelsen always acts great in pretty much everything he's in. He's a great villain in this. Uh, I it it wasn't as good as I was hoping, but it's an Indiana Jones movie.
Mhm.
I gotta like it. So
I'm also gonna leave it as Indiana Jones real quick because it's funny. Um, there's a part where you're gonna laugh with that. No, this was a. I also love like the Indiana Jones series. I think. Well, I don't think it's like it's nowhere near the best. Because like Mike said, Raiders exist, and Last Crusade exists. But I think it's better than Crystal Skull. I can confidently say it's better than Crystal Skull, and I think it's worth. How do I say? I'm glad it was made, but like I'm also like I think Indiana Jones is time for like give it to someone else. I love Harrison Ford, but he's like in his 70s. He needs to stop doing these.
What's your pick,
Uh,
dude?
So for mine, um, I think I'm. I think honestly, I'm pretty safe to pick either of these at any point. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick a movie that I saw very recently on a plane, in fact. And I don't know how I didn't see this movie earlier. I'm gonna choose Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. Um, this movie's great, and I think I liked it even more because I started playing Baldur's Gate, and I started. Caden disapproves clearly, um, but this movie is like it's fun. It's exactly like what you'd want from like a D&D movie. Despite what Kaden thinks, it actually has started making its money back due to streaming because a lot more people have been streaming this movie. Um, so I don't know if it has a future, maybe as like a show or a smaller budget project, but at the very least, I thought it was fun, and it is like the exact kind of movie that you would want if you are a fan of like these tabletop type games. It's funny, there's dumb humor, and it's a lot of like in jokes, and they never talk down to the audience of like this is what Baldur's Gate is. This is what Eldritch Blast means, or like they never try to explain the world. They're just like you're in the world now. You just be in the world. And if you don't get it, it's fine. It's for the fans. But I think it's still an enjoyable movie, even if you don't like understand all the references to like the bigger lore, and that's fine.
The trailers made it seem like it was gonna be so bad, but I was impressed when I watched it.
I did the same thing. I didn't watch it in theaters because I thought the trailers made it look awful.
It made it seem like it was gonna be terrible.
It had some of the worst trailers I've ever seen. But I actually watched it. It's like this is great. This is funny. It's interesting characters. What the
Yeah, I was
whoever
like,
did the
like,
trailers
it
for
was,
this movie
it
should
was
be
so
fired.
funny.
Really quick, Drew.
Yeah.
So the filmmakers who made this movie also made Spider-Man: Homecoming. They were they wrote the original script to The Flash before they got fired, and they completely rewrote the script. What do you think that script of The Flash would have looked like with these guys? Obviously, having seen this,
A
and
good movie. No, I think here's my 2 cents on the Flash, and I've said this forever.
Friggin'.
I am so tired of Flashpoint because every
Right.
single Flash story feels like it has to be Flashpoint. Every anime, I know this is technically the first live action, but like Flash has so many other stories that you can do.
Is the best
He's
road catalog, and they wanted to go. The villain was a brand new
I
original character.
well, I wouldn't say the best because like
One of
Spider-Man exists, but he has yeah, I would say he has Grodd, he has Cold, he has. But every Flash movie has to have some version of either Reverse Flash or Professor Zone, and this was
and them bringing back to life dead guys via CGI.
yeah.
Not
I'm
great.
pretty sure dead guys that like did not die super honorably ways too, which is another issue.
yeah, it's not
Also,
like Falcon and Rogue One or anything.
It was horrible.
yeah, they
brought back a guy that
it's-
committed suicide because of the role.
yeah, it's fucked up. It was like the most like all the complaints that like people had with like Marvel and DC. This was all of them, just all put together and cranked up to 11. It had a few good notable like well acted scenes. And I don't like Ezra Miller, but I'll admit like he had a few good scenes. But that won't make up for like this movie. That The Flash is terrible, and I could rant about that movie for a while. Yeah, if I'll guarantee you these people could have done The Flash better. There definitely would have been that weird CGI like PS2 running scene. There definitely would have been a weird subplot where he's trying to kill himself.
They don't have anything on the Flash TV series running scene, right, Jamar?
Hey, seasons 1 through 3, it was goaded.
Okay. That's enough about that. Caden, it is back to you, my friend.
Caden's if he doesn't take this.
So I got what, 2 picks left?
You have
Yes.
2 picks left, yeah.
Just take it.
I'm saving that.
You're only 5-star of the year.
Damn, I'm not fixing Indiana Jones.
I'm stuck between 2 movies that I am appreciating Black women in these movies and the stars that they are in these movies. So I'm deciding between those 2. But I enjoyed one a lot more than I enjoyed the other just because I'm not really a Little Mermaid fan, but I appreciate everything Miss Hallie had to go through. So I am going to go with my other one that I haven't had a mystery on my list, and I love mystery movies. and I truly enjoyed this movie last year, not expecting anything out of it, but I thought it was pretty great. So I'm going to go with Missing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say
I
the
thought it was
Marvels.
going to be a Haunting in Venice.
You thought I was going to say what?
I thought you were gonna say the Marvels.
I thought you can say the
I
Haunting.
said Black Women. Well, okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Here's the
But
best
I
no,
see
one.
how you would think that. I had
It's
no
not a mystery.
idea. I would.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Banger. Opening.
Missing is good. I think it's
Yeah.
bloated, but it's good.
it is a lot.
I-
Like it's like you never know when the twists are done. Like there's too
There
many
were so
twists.
many. There were like infinite twists in that movie. Maybe one too many, but I mean, she's really good. I think she's a good young
She's
actress.
pretty great. I love Stormy. Like I'm a big Euphoria fan, so
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
love
She's good in The
Euphoria.
Last of Us as well.
Yes.
She wasn't very good in The Nun too, but nothing was good about that movie.
I say nothing. That's not her fault. That's the nun's fault.
ironically saw
Don't
that
blame
movie.
her for that.
Yeah.
No, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. I will. Oh, it's not me. It's Jamar. I don't know what the hell I'm
Back
thinking
to
about.
back,
It's
tomorrow
Jamar.
you're wrapping up.
But yeah, real quick, yeah, Mike, I was not going with the Haunting in Venice. I really did enjoy that movie though.
I mean,
Alright.
I would be shocked. I was like, I had no idea where you're going. I'd be shocked if it was Haunting of Venice.
Hey, remember when
I
we
guess he has one more
saw? Remember when we saw Death on the Nile and we had the whole movie narrated by that guy behind us?
Yes. Drew was there too.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. I was like, Jesus, dude, shut the fuck up. We can see.
That's on the Nile was the
Damn.
three. But I already knew who the killers were in Death on the Nile. That was pretty easy to figure out.
I was like,
Me.
oh.
All right,
Yeah, it's
Black,
you, Jamar.
go ahead.
All right. Caden's not a real supporter of Black people. I'm picking this now. No one else has seen it, but it does not deserve to be my last pick. So I'm picking it now. Saw this movie on Christmas with the family. And having been a fan of the original movie, having
Oh.
seen the Broadway production, just haven't read the book, I'm taking The Color Purple. Mike is crazy.
That's not, just because you've seen it before me doesn't mean I don't support it. I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
I have a banger reason why. So I got the chance to see Fantasia live well before the hype that Fantasia had when I was a kid. And when I saw
What,
this
you saw her on American Idol?
in person. And when I saw that she starred in this movie, my mom was like, I gotta see this.
Well, fun
And then-
fact, Jamar, I met Danielle Brooks last year as well.
Hey, look, Caden's not a real supporter of Black people if he ain't seen this, bro.
Boy, shut up. I will be
But
seeing the movie on
Well, listen,
Thursday when I have a day off.
Listen, I had to because this is the original. I haven't seen the original with my mom and grandmother. I was like, all right, little retelling. And then I went and watched and heard the Broadway production of it. I'm like, but Fantasia, it can't miss. It cannot miss. And Fantasia, oh my gosh, he eats in this role, and it's awesome. And it did not deserve to be picked last. So I'm gonna pick it now because I knew I could wait on it for the entire time.
Yeah.
Jamar, when did I tell you about this movie? How long ago was it that I told you?
Probably like because I remember when I made my list,
Mhm.
like late January or whatever. Because it didn't before it had like nothing attached to it, no pictures, no nothing. When I added it to that list, like maybe
Yeah,
it was,
I think it was like-
December of last. It was probably December of
It's
last.
been over a year. I still haven't
Yeah.
seen the movie. I don't know.
It
I
was
always
it's probably December of 22 when
Yeah.
you told me, hey, there's a retelling of The Color Purple, and I was like, let me look, and I saw Fantasia, had to do it.
So, Jamar, were you? So you were probably told about it. So you probably looked it up. Were you? So you knew it was a musical before you saw it.
Yes,
Because
I knew
and
this was
the
a-
reason I asked is because this movie, like Wonka, and I think like was it Mean Girls, they're not being marketed as musicals anymore for some because apparently it doesn't do as well.
I don't know how people wouldn't know because it got the Broadway production came back in like 2016. This is obviously a theatrical version of that. Mike, what's your quarrel with this movie?
I say I keep seeing
I
Mike
just don't
doing
like
this.
musicals.
Man, but
Okay.
man, Mike, I'm sorry, but I put in my
Nothing to do with
letterbox.
the plot. I just don't like musicals.
He's
Hey,
like,
It's a
neither did
bold
I.
one to be making fun of.
I used to not be a fan of musicals. Being in choir, it was always forced down my throat. Every time a new musical would come out, boom, it was all over the choir classes. But sat down and watched this one. It's just, man, I'm a real fan of the original. Like it's on my top 4 movies in Letterboxd. So it's like I had to. And Fantasia,
Fair.
can't say enough.
All right. Lamar.
All right.
Well, Jamar, you get one more. This is your final movie.
This is
Can't
my
hold anything
final-
back.
final movie, and I might have to pull out something out of the depths for this one because
Out of
I'm
that.
not taking any of the remaining superhero movies. Sorry,
don't-
Kate.
You mean you're not going to take Snow White and the Fairy Tale Force?
Why have you taken Ben Shapiro's the Lady Ballers, the Lady Ballers?
Bro, I would say I cannot believe Paw Patrol is still on the board right now.
Dang,
What are
Aquaman.
we
has
doing?
No one's gonna touch Aquaman. That's crazy.
What are you
I
gonna
haven't
do?
seen it
Jamar?
yet.
I would say it, but I'm afraid somebody's going to explode through the wall.
No, he's afraid
Mike,
Jessica's gonna beat him up.
Mike, it did it has happened, and I was weak. And then the line they go, that hasn't happened in a while, and I was like, yeah, obviously. All right, I'm kind of at a loss for this one for what to pick here. So, out of the last, I'm gonna put one of the last movies. I have two movies that were on my.
How about you continue to support Black women? Choose the other movie.
I was thinking about that, but there is another movie that came out in January that I really enjoyed. Yeah,
I figured it out.
this is a
Nick
great.
figured
This is
it
a,
out real quick.
it's a crazy Nick because no one has talked about. It doesn't have the highest score, Letterboxd score. It didn't make a ton of money, but I mean, it was there and I enjoyed it, and it's getting a sequel. So sorry for Little Mermaid, but I am taking Megan.
I knew it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I wanted
That
Little
was-
Mermaid so bad because I knew the cannot let the racists win, but they're not winning with The Color Purple. I got mine in there. So Caden, you better take it because I got
Hold on,
mine.
sorry, I need to spell it right.
First off, I got my Black woman lead movie.
My
pick.
movie has no white people in it.
Well, it's a period piece.
Yeah, but there's white people in the
Jamar,
original.
this was gonna be one of my. This is gonna
Is
be
there
my
no
last
white
pick.
people in the Little Mermaid?
The king, Poseidon.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
That's
yeah,
Javier Bardem.
but-
He's not one.
Anyway, Jamar, talk about Megan. Talk
All right,
about
so
Megan.
Megan was one of those movies. It was not on my list until Nick, because I remember when I first downloaded Letterboxd, and I was just looking, and I got Regal Unlimited. So I'm like, all right, let's see what's coming out in January. And I Nick told me about it, so I took a little gander upon Megan. I was like, let's see, it's something kind of unique. So I took a chance on it in Megan, and the dance scene was super iconic, and I just thought it was just it like my review of it. It's kind of like it is kind of scary, but it's kind of makes you think like we're not far from stuff happening like this in the real world. Like where technology is now, we are not far from stuff like this happening, and that was at the basis of my mind the whole time watching it. So I was like,
Jamar, do you agree with my assessment? Because my assessment has always been with this movie that this is a Black Mirror episode that has been transformed to a movie, but I think it works.
yeah, it's like
Would-
it is a crazy. This device you're making to comfort kids is going to have a mind of its own and start killing people.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is crazy.
All right.
I did not
That's a
expect
good pick.
anything from this movie when I went and saw it. I thought it was just going to be meh. But I went out of it. Me and Zeke went out of it, and I was like, I kind of enjoyed that. There it is. So that wraps up my no theme to my movie list.
Yeah. All right. Caden, you
That's
get one more.
Now is the time. It is the time for me to pick my favorite franchise, the best movie of the franchise since Furious 7. Okay, is a top 3 Fast and Furious movie. I enjoy all of these. I love this franchise, and I'm so sad it'll be ending here in about 2 years or so. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Fast X, the best
Move the road
installment
Yay.
in 6 years. And the
Yay.
post-credit scene with Dwayne coming back, finally, they put their egos down. I mean, Jesus, that was a great intro.
Nick, what would we have done without that post-credit scene, man?
Oh, man. The movie brought in multiple movies, connected them multiple times, so I enjoyed it. Lovely, almost cried. It was such
Fun
so
fact
great.
for the
So great.
people listening on the podcast. I want everyone to know this. When Caden first watched this movie, he probably had this before he even finished it. He gave it a 5 out of 5, and it took him we had to convince him to raise his Barbie score. And
That
it's
is a lie. Why are
he
you
gave this
lying?
movie a 5-star on
Why are you lying?
immediate impact.
It is personal choice.
I just like that he called Jason Momoa Aquaman in his review.
didn't even notice. I think it was worse that no one called him out of it. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize. Dude,
Hey man, look, he's
Hayden,
really
my,
he's the. Go ahead.
my experience with this movie, I watched it once and I watched it completely out of like shit faced out of my mind because me and my cousin Randy watched this and we had a drinking game and it was we had a bunch of rules every time someone said family, every time some either Jason Momoa or a former wrestler said something stupid, that was the one that got us. There was a lot of stupid lines. Anytime there was a cross, anytime there was a nitro or someone hit Nos and then another one, if there was a shot that went into it, I was fucking more. I was hungover the next
Back
morning.
down.
I was
Oh man,
out of that movie,
I,
man.
I
That
love
was,
I love the Fast and Furious because they do the wrestler's finisher in every single movie. So like in Furious
They
7, The
do,
Rock
yeah.
did the rock bottom. John Cena did the attitude adjustment in this one. So I love when they do little stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's so stupid and it's so goes against physics and everything that involves science. But I just enjoy these movies so much since childhood. These came out in 2001, and so I've
Yeah.
grown up with them.
as much as like we like give him crap. I'll admit it. Yeah, I find him funny. I like him too. I'll watch him still, especially with like my cousin. A lot of times I'll watch it while drinking, which is what
There's
makes it
one thing you
better.
can't
But
deny about this franchise. It's one of the most successful franchises of all time, money
In
wise.
China,
And doesn't matter where it is.
that's
You can say
crazy.
anything is one of the best this. I mean, that
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
yeah.
talking-
Whenever considering the
it's
Black
earned the most
Panther,
money.
considering the Black Panther poster in China is literally Martin Freeman, I think it kind of matters where it is.
context is
realize, like,
important.
Fast and Furious is like one of the most diverse like casting like movies
Yeah,
or
the
franchises.
poster
So
is probably literally just Paul Walker, and he's not even
it
in the
might
movie.
be. It might be.
Okay, hey, we've got 5 minutes until this expires. By the way, just letting you guys know.
Go ahead. We're gonna have to
Regretfully.
reset again, but it's fine. So for my pick, I am going to go with. I have a couple of horror movies that I could pick, and I've saved them until the end because I knew you guys wouldn't pick them. And it's really right now a toss up between either the one that I will pick and Evil Dead. Evil Dead's fun, but I laughed my ass off at Cocaine Bear. Cocaine
Dang, I
Bear,
also wanted
freaking
Cocaine Bear.
hilarious.
I
I
wanted it too.
You're done. You could have picked it. What do you
I
mean?
know, but I was like, nah. It was just so stupid funny. I couldn't do it.
Hilarious. I'll fix that later. Anyway, it was so freaking funny, and the fact that obviously it's not all of it's based on a real story, but like it made me laugh so hard. Yeah, and that's like the only thing. And like, I'll admit, there's some really bad like CGI, with the bear, and a lot of our stuff, but I don't care. It's hilarious. I forgot E. So I don't feel bad about picking it. It's like I said, it's a last pick, but it's a good pick. So, all right, Big Mike,
All right.
It. The big last one.
All right. I could go with the opposite of what Jamar's second pick was, considering it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. A Peacock exclusive Air, but I'm not going to take not Air. Shooting Stars.
I was
don't know
Gares
why I
I've been
said Air.
joking.
Yeah, Shooting Stars was better than I thought it was going to be. The LeBron propaganda that it is, Caden. But I'm going to take a horror movie that I thought was pretty original. That was one of the first movies I saw this year. Sick. I think Nick's seen it. I think he might be the other person in here that's seen it.
I have seen it. It's good.
It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Interesting. I am not aware of Sick.
It takes place during COVID, and it has a very pretty original premise. It's the twist it takes you're not really expecting. So
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know. Timing, like logistically, I don't know how much the twist makes sense, like with COVID, but I'm not gonna ask any questions. It was good.
Yeah, it's definitely original and better than you'd expect.
Hmm. You know, regretfully, the only movie on this list I have not seen is The Color Purple. That's because it came out a week.
Wow.
It came out a week
Wow.
ago, though.
Jamar, does that mean he gets
pick-
his black card taken away?
Yes.
Whoa.
Very cool.
My last pick.
Yours, Nick's.
Let's see if Nick. What is Nick's last pick here?
Yeah.
I was gonna do
Depends.
Priscilla because Sofia Coppola is one of my favorite filmmakers. I love Lost in Translation. If you guys have not seen that movie, you need to watch it and then watch it a million times over. But I'm gonna take Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Oh,
Really good movie. And it's one of those movies I did not expect it to be good. But it's really good. Young young girls need movies to see like this that they're watching when they're growing up because there's not enough movies that really to tackle that. And it's a classic novel that was read everywhere. Everyone had read that novel, but now no one reads. So it needed to be a movie. It's really good. Rachel McAdams is fantastic in it. Benny Safdie is great in it. It will make you feel very, very happy. And like I said with the holdovers, it's a really good period piece. It's one of those that transforms itself into a movie taking place in the 70s. And for whatever reason, I really like that with movies. But Drew, we're out of time, man. We don't have any more
Yeah.
time
So
on my Zoom. Broke boys.
okay. So what we will do now? I'm gonna do some math to determine who is the winner, and then Caden will host so that we don't have to run out of time again. But Caden, you can start in the Zoom, and I will join when I have a winner. Okay, does that sound good? All right, we'll be right back. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the way that this scoring is I originally had it way more complicated than I needed to be. But what it ended up being, so it is Rotten Tomatoes, both the Rotten Tomato scores plus the Metacritic scores and then averaged out.
ain't
And
no
so
Letterboxd.
no,
I
not
won.
Letterbox, because Letterbox would have been too easy because you all know that. And
Nick-
originally I was gonna do like box off, like I was gonna take the budget and subtract marketing, but there were
Dang,
too
I
many
should
foreign
not have
films. And,
taken Megan. Megan ruined.
yeah. So
No,
for-
Megan got
so for-
90+%.
Really?
So for
Yeah.
example, Dungeons and Dragons got 91 and 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, but then got a 72. So it
But
averages
Metacritic-
scores to 85.
I've never seen a good Metacritic. Like, it took me like
You know, Metacritic score is really harsh.
I have
Well,
a few
so-
really good Metacritic scores on my list.
even
So, I will,
Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith didn't even get an insane Metacritic score.
So I can send you guys like the full list if you want to double check my math. But the final, so what every movie got a number, and then I took all that and averaged it out. So the final score is Jamar. Your total score is 84.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty.
Good.
It's
Out
pretty
of-
good. That
pretty
basically
good out
means
of-
like. That basically
But
means,
it
like,
kinda
average
sucks.
scores.
Yeah, for the people that picked all the movies that just came out, oh, it kind of stinks because it hasn't even had time to do anything.
Well, that's
no,
honestly
that
better
it
'cause,
honestly
like,
it's,
Be better
it's more
if-
advantageous for longer.
Yeah, because the Color Purple came out last week.
It hasn't had time to.
you know. Anyway, okay, Caden.
This
I
way,
kept
baby.
thinking I was doing this wrong, but I guess there's a couple on Caden's list that really lower it because Caden is 66.
Money talk. Money talk.
Money talk. What
I
was
mean,
his
if you
name?
win by box office, then obviously I'm dominating you all. But that's
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
that's
go by-
stupid.
so.
Dude, I might have been Fast Five. Fast Five was 65.
It's
Okay,
fast.
tomorrow
Hey,
I'm gonna do the math. I'm gonna do box office totals. I'll do that tomorrow.
It was fast.
What's missing? No, what's missing?
Mixing makes like 67 million.
Okay.
Not
Or
bad.
no, like what's
So-
the Rotten Tomatoes? Because every other thing scored
Yeah.
decently well on Rotten Tomatoes.
So as for me, I actually, even despite knowing the score, I didn't win, but I was close. I got 82.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
I was close.
Nick-
Jamar
the
leads.
kill. Nick by the
Jamar's
kickers,
still-
though.
No,
up in
Drew,
this.
Mike's is high too. Mike's is gonna
Yeah,
be
'cause
really
Susan
high.
making like a
no,
98.
Mike's is not.
Is it
so
audience?
Oh, is it not?
So
It's Indiana Jones.
it's audience score. Yeah, it's Indiana Jones.
Oh, fuck,
lowered
Indiana
it because
Jones killed
it
him.
dropped Mike all the way down to 70.
Damn.
So
Probably.
not last, but like Mike, because yeah,
Hey, come on, let's go home. Let's
It
go
write
is.
that
home.
down.
I lose here.
And then,
No,
unfortunately,
Asteroid City is low.
well, Nick,
No
you
hard
got
feeling.
an 85.
God damn it.
I'm
Damn,
not even
bro.
I
joking.
lost
I'm
to
not,
Nick
dude.
twice.
This
And
is
That's
why.
crazy because two of mine have like a 98 or higher, but Asteroid Cities is so low because
Oh
people are
my
Let me
idiots.
see what
gosh.
Asteroid Cities was, because I
Yeah,
um
because all my other ones are in the 90s. Maybe not me, December.
All of mine are crazy high. Oh,
yeah, I thought Jamar had it.
Jamar
No, yeah,
lost on probably Elemental.
it might have been. So no, Nick, Asteroid City, its score was 70 because it got
Mhm.
75 from critics, 62 from audience, and then 75 on Metacritic. Let's see what Elemental was. Elemental scored a 75 for Jamar.
it's crazy.
I wonder how mine was that low then.
What was Creed 3? Because I almost took Creed.
Oh well, dude, because Nick, a lot of yours like scored incredible. They didn't do well in the bot, but like Holdover is like an 89. What was Poor Things? Poor Things.
Barbie is only 83% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
my
Barbie's
audience
only an
scores are probably
84.
low.
Barbie wasn't
Hey,
as like
I
needed
cooked.
as you
I
think.
cooked with Spider-Man then.
No, dude.
Damn.
Okay, I'll tell you guys right now. The top two like highest numbers. Spider-Verse was 82. Next to, and I kind of cheated. Sorry, but Godzilla is another. Or excuse
I
me,
knew that one was.
Spider-Man
Hold
was
up. So
90.
what's Guardians then?
Spider-Man was 92. Godzilla was 92. Guardians, I think its critic scores didn't made it do bad.
Oh, bro, what's Killers? I'm not kidding.
Guardians was 80.
Kills of the
I'm
Flower.
gonna double. Yeah, Guardians because it got 82 audience,
82,
94,
94, 82.
and then 64 because Metacritic
it's-
hated it.
Oh, Lord.
Theater can't kill me.
Look at my missing,
No.
though. I didn't know missing was this high.
Theater Camp gave you a 78, so that might have been what did it. Here, I'll send. I can. Let's see. I could
Fast
forward this
exit
thing.
was
But
fine, so
oh
I'm fine.
no, Fact Sex definitely. Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Because like Kate, Kate did probably box office. You did pretty well, but like, yeah, this was
My
scores.
highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes is Missing.
Yeah,
That's
but
weird.
again, it's missing. It's Rotten Tomatoes plus Metacritic, so that's why I couldn't just do Rotten Tomatoes because you guys could just look that up. So I averaged
Dang,
it
I can't
out.
believe I lost by one.
You literally, I'm not gonna lie, Jamar. I did Nick's. The reason it took me so long, I was doing Nick's like 3 times. I was like, no, it really is. Nick won by a single percentage point. That's wild. Well,
I won the popular vote, so I'm not worried about it.
All right,
Actually,
Uh,
technically,
The people's champ.
yeah. So
well, like I
again,
said, I'm gonna average all the scores for how I watched them, and then see who won my popular vote, and then I'm gonna do the box office as well, so Caden
yeah.
can win.
So
something.
originally, what I was gonna do with box office, because I thought about doing it, and the original plan was because the way that you calculate it is you do how much it made, but you subtract how much the movie cost times 2. Because
that's cool.
marketing takes double. The reason I had such a problem doing it is because of Mike and movies like Suzume and other things that are like foreign
My
films.
past lives had like no marketing.
Past Lives had nothing, so it's like, and also it's different currency because it was made somewhere else. It was just
And
like
Past
too much
Lives only
math.
came out like a few theaters here.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like Iron Claw wouldn't have made that much money. It just came out. And
But
like,
I also chose Missing didn't even go into theaters, I don't think. I
It
think that
did.
was
yeah,
did?
that's the
I
other
didn't
thing.
see
How do
it.
I
January
calculate?
13th.
See,
Well, like,
I didn't even know
I
it was
have-
in theaters.
Yeah, Fair Play had a very brief theater. So like so many of these, like that's why I was like, I can't do box office. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't be fair. So yeah, still pretty close graph. So I'll wrap things up here. Again, congratulations, Mr. Nick Brake. You get your choice of either a free meal, a new movie poster, or a new Blu-ray disc as you're brushing your teeth and getting ready for bed.
Gosh, I cannot believe I've lost to Nick twice in like 10 days.
Did you average these out on how many people also put in reviews? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But you,
You
but
have
that's
to
what
go
I,
with
but I would have
Benedict,
been
and
cooked
I
if I did
guarantee
the
you they
Little
had like
Mermaid.
20 reviews.
Oh, you would have been. Oh my god, dude! I was looking at that. If you did Little Mermaid, you would have lost by a lot.
All the white men would have been like, "Get out of here."
Well, that's why Barbie's
Yeah.
in '83. I don't know how
Honestly,
it's
here's the
that
thing.
low.
Well, what did Megan give you? Megan actually gave you an 81. That wasn't low. Megan was fine. I think it was theater camp that was the only below 80 for you,
Yeah, I
Jamar.
had nothing else though. When did I take it?
Yeah.
I
But like people,
could have had
critics
no
just
hard
have fun
feelings.
watching movies. It ain't that hard.
Could have had no hard feelings or Creed 3 before theater camp or Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that wraps up here. Again, congratulations, Nick. And thank you guys for hanging out with me and doing all this. Better luck next time, Jamar.
I know this stinks.